Sakafet YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. Let's cook with me from start to finish. Darlings, it's so nice to have you back here in my kitchen for yet another amazing recipe. We're jumping straight into it. Over here, I've got my shrimp, prawns, whatever you call it, my lobster. I picked all of this up from Lidl, and this is my baby potatoes. I've also got one onion, I've got my sweet corn, I've got some garlic, and I've also got my eggs. And we're jumping straight into the recipe, okay? So over here, I've got my pot going in with a lot of water, okay? You want to put a nice generous amount of water. I think I'm using about 4 to 6 cups of water. Then I'm gonna go in with my onions. I did chop up my onions. And then I'm also going to go in with my lemons as well. And yes, darlings, I actually forgot to show the lemons at the start, but don't worry about that. I'm also going to go in with my garlic. I did, slice up my garlic. And then I'm also going to add some freshly cracked black pepper in there, followed by my Spice Jamaica all-purpose seasoning. You want to put a generous amount of all-purpose seasoning in this. And then over here, I've got my garlic and herb salt. I'm also putting a generous amount of that in there too. And yes, my darlings, I'm just pretty much trying to build the flavors. Over here, I've got my Sazon. I love my Sazon so much. I got it from St. Lucia and I always use it in my cooking. And then I'm just gonna mix that up, okay? So I'm gonna actually let this come up to a boil before I add anything else in it. Go ahead and devein my shrimp and clean it up. But in the meantime, I'm gonna pop my baby potatoes in there just so that it can start boiling. These ones cook really quickly, so I'd say about maybe like 10 minutes and it will be cooked because they're just so tiny and so cute. And yes, darling, so the potatoes go in first, and then after about 5-6 minutes or so, I did go in with my corn. I did chop my corn up in halves because I just, I didn't want to keep it whole, so that way everybody can have a piece. And then I'm also gonna add in my other bits afterwards. But yeah, guys, go ahead and just make sure to check down below for everything that I used, okay? So potatoes went in, corn went in, and then we also went in with my eggs. I did wash my eggs very well before popping it into the pan. And yes, my darlings, after I've done that, I've covered it up for about 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna come back and check on it. Okay, my darlings, so 5 minutes has gone by, small little bubble going on. The butter that was in the lobster, I added it into this because I wanted to use a different butter for me to make my butter sauce. So yes, darlings, you don't have to do this. The butter actually came with the lobster and I didn't want to let it go to waste, so I thought let me put it in there. Whilst this is boiling, it's looking great. I did go ahead and give it a good little mix up. I'm gonna check on the potatoes to show you how it's looking, and once I cut into it, the potatoes are cooked. Now once the potatoes are cooked, everything else can pretty much go in because the potatoes is what will take the longest to cook, right? So I'm going in with my cleaned lobster, and I'm also gonna go in with my shrimp. I'm gonna give this about 3 to 4 minutes, and then this is pretty much done, okay? Because don't want to overcook it where it gets rubbery and anything like that, okay, darlings? So it's been about 3 to 4 minutes, and I'm gonna go ahead and turn that off. I will drain it off and reserve just a little bit of the liquid that it's been cooking in. Over here, I've got a small frying pan. I'm gonna go in with a stick of butter. Put your heat on low. You just want the butter to melt. And then I'm also gonna add in some onions. I'm gonna add in some freshly chopped garlic. Also gonna add in my dry seasoning. Make sure to check down below for everything that I'm using. But yeah, I had some freshly minced garlic and some chopped onions, and I just mixed that in there like so. And yes, darlings, the sauce is so simple to make. You can use whatever seasonings that you have. And one question I get a lot is, Terry-Ann, if I don't have what you're using, can I use something else? Of course you can. You can always use something else. And if you're unsure if you can use it, you can always just send me a DM or leave a comment. I'm always happy to help. So I'm going in with some all-purpose seasoning and some paprika. And as you can see, the heat is on low, so it's not melting the butter too quickly and it's not burning or anything like that. And then we're just gonna keep on stirring till everything is fully melted. I also like to add in just a little bit of the water that the corn and everything was boiling in, and I just find it helps with the seafood flavor. You don't have to do that, but it's just my own little thing. And then to finish it off, I'm gonna go in with some garlic and herb salt, and this is pretty much how I make mine. If you want a redder sauce, you can definitely go ahead and add in more paprika, but this is everything all plated up. I'm just gonna go ahead and spoon some of the sauce on it like this, and guys, this was so delicious. It was ready in no time at all. So I really hope you enjoy this quick seafood boil recipe. Make sure to try it out. Let me know what you think about it. It has been a pleasure having you here in my kitchen, of course, and I can't wait to see you in my next one.